Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Filipa, and if it's the first time that you see my face, please subscribe to my channel. We're gonna talk a little bit lower because baby is sleeping, but hopefully you guys can hear me well. So, like I said in my last video, I'm gonna explain the surgery that I had. So, I had a DNC and an insertion of a IUD. So back when I had my daughter, obviously 6 weeks later, you're supposed to go and see your OB, and I went there, and then we discussed if I wanted to go back on the pill or if I want to put an IUD in, and I said I would try IUD. So she gave me the prescription. I went to my pharmacy and I got it, but then I had to book an appointment to put in, and COVID and all the stuff took a long time. So when I got there, she asked me if I had any ultrasound done or anything like that, and I said no. So she wasn't, because I didn't have my period back and stuff like that, she didn't feel comfortable putting the IUD in, so she booked me to do ultrasound and come back after. So I think 2 weeks later I went back and she saw the ultrasound that I had still tissue inside of me. So what she did, she gave me 4 pills to take, well, 8 in total, to take 4 in each day. I think that's how it was, to put down there so my vagina can take it off naturally, the tissue that I had inside of me. So yeah, she said I would feel nauseous and, you know, like pain and stuff like that. I was like totally fine. It was like nothing was happening. I was just bleeding. Then she booked me an ultrasound, but this time through the hospital. So I went there and I still had tissue, so the pills didn't clean me enough. So she called me and she booked a DNC. She said I don't feel comfortable repeating the pills again because it didn't work the first time, and I don't want you like to put like through chemicals and hormones and all that again. So plus it's been a while since you have the tissue inside of you, so I just prefer to do a DNC. And since I'm down there, I put your IUD in, just bring it with you and we'll be fine. Because she called me on a Wednesday. She booked me an appointment for the Thursday to sign the consent and discuss like how the surgery would go and blah 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 blah. And yeah, but she told me to fast because she was on call later that night, so she was hopeful that she could perform the surgery on me. But when she called the place of where they do the surgery, they said I needed a COVID test and I need the pre-op tests too. So I had to go there, but because my appointment was late, they were closed and they didn't have my information there. So they called me on the Friday and I was still fasting every day to do the appointment. So I went there, I did my pre-op appointment, and they did a COVID test as well. They told me to fast because they were hopeful that I would do it later that night, but then they called me around 1:30 to go ahead and eat because something came up and they were able to perform the surgery on me, but to fast on Saturday again. I fast until 1-2 in the afternoon. They call me, and on Sunday the same thing, I fast, and then because they said like around 10:30 to call just to see, so I called. They said no, continue to fast, we're probably gonna perform the surgery on you today. And then around 2 o'clock they called like to check on me if I was okay with not eating, if I was weak or dizzy or anything like that. I was know that I was fine, and if they think that would be today. And she said, yeah, we are pretty positive, but if anything changes, I would call you. Around 5:30 they call. I thought they were going to say for me to go to the hospital, but no, they said go ahead and eat. We will try tomorrow. So after that, I was pretty like mad and upset because the problem is I had emergency surgery, but that means that is when they have availability, I'm the first in line. I didn't have like a book surgery like like months in advance, that day, the hour, like you have to be there. I wasn't like that to me, so well, when they had like an open is when I would go in. So on Monday, around 7:30 or something, they called me to be there around 8:30. That they would perform the surgery. So what the doctor explained to me was I'm supposed to be there 2 hours before the surgery, and then I had my surgery, and then I would go to the recovering room and then go home. So I thought, like, if I'm there 8:30, around 1 o'clock, I'm probably home or something like that. Like 1, 2, I'll be home. Oh no, no, no! I was there the whole day. It was 5:15 when they came to pick me up to go to the surgery room. I didn't have battery, didn't have TVs. I was so bored, and I was hungry and just upset overall. And then when I saw my OB, I just like started crying, and I was like, I had finally the time. And she was like, I know, I'm so sorry. I thought this would be like done over the weekend. I'm so sorry. And I was like, that's fine. That's not your fault. And then the anesthesiologist, he asked me like question if I was okay, calm, if you had any questions and stuff like that. And I said, no, on the pre-op they have an anesthesiologist too, and I asked questions and he responded to all my questions. So they just transferred me from the bed that I was in to the bed in the surgery room, and then the nurse put oxygen mask in my face, and then the anesthesiologist said that he will start like putting the anesthesia in me. So he put like one thing, and I feel like cold, and then he said, with this one you're gonna feel a stinging sensation, and then I just remember like feeling like cold sensation across my chest, and I was out. I didn't feel high, or I didn't feel like saying crazy stuff or sleepy or anything like that. It was like literally like somebody like knocked me out, and I was like out. And they performed the surgery. Everything went well because my doctor called my husband saying that I was out of surgery and everything went well. And then when I woke up, I had the anesthesiologist and a nurse with me, and I still had the oxygen mask on. And he asked me if I was in pain or anything. I was like, no, just my throat hurts. And he said, yeah, because during the surgery you had a tube in your mouth, so it's going to be sore for a couple of days. And then the nurse proceeded to remove the oxygen mask, and I was like totally normal. I was like myself again. And then they left, and one of the nurses on the recovery room, the recovery floor came to me and just asked me questions, see my temperature, my blood pressure, like put me a pad and stuff like that. And then I was just transferred to the floor upstairs when I was like waiting. And they want you to pee before going home. They did the same thing when I had my daughter before leaving the labor and delivery floor, they ask you to pee, because your bladder seems like to forget a little bit to pee when things are done. I don't know. Things are done down there. And yeah, and then it was about 8:30. I went home, so I basically spent 12 hours in the hospital, to get my surgery was just probably like half an hour, 40 minutes max, because I remember they came 5:15, and then obviously just the elevator and like a pretty short like way to go to the surgery room, and then by 5:55 my husband received a call from my OB, so it was like pretty quick. The surgery was just a waiting game, and yeah, and after that they didn't prescribe me with any medication because they say just like painkillers like Tylenol or Advil would do. So I was supposed to take that, but I never took anything because I didn't have any pain. I was just bleeding, and it was like barely. I just had a pad because, you know, it was still a little bit blood, but it wasn't like nothing major. And yeah, I had a pretty positive experience with my DNC. By the way, I'm from Canada, so this is like Canadian doctors and experience as well. And about the DNC, I cannot really talk about the insertion because I wasn't awake. I was like out, so I don't know if it hurts or not. I just know that right now I'm not in pain. I'm okay. I don't feel like I have anything inside of me. It's like totally normal. My husband says it's totally normal. The only thing, that's why I have like makeup today, because I have my face is just like with so much acne, like around my nose, like my chin, and just like this part right here is just full of acne now. So that I knew that was like a side effect of having the Mirena IUD, but then people say it goes away, so hopefully it goes away. I guess it's just the hormones like adapting with the IUD and stuff, which is totally normal to me. So yeah, I just wanted to do this video because when the doctor called me, I was not expecting to have surgery done like this, like so crazy. So I went to YouTube and I Googled about it, and most of the experience, they were like more for the negative side. People were in pain and, you know, all these things. And in my case, I had a pretty positive experience, besides the waiting game, but that's like my case because it wasn't like a booked surgery. If it was, like I had my hour for my appointment, and you know, I would be like so much waker. I didn't have to wait days to have the surgery done on me. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this video. Just if somebody's going through surgery or a DNC, to know that my experience was positive. And I was scared. I wasn't scared of the surgery part of it. It was just the anesthesia. I never did surgery. I had epidural, but I was like aware, you know, of everything around me, being like dead to the world. It was it caused a little bit of anxiety. So yeah, so if you having a DNC done, don't be scared. Just be confident in you and your doctor, and everything will be fine. And thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.